Hello, this is Brad from Brad's World's Coins. Today's spotlight country is Bolivia, a predominantly Spanish-speaking country in South America. As we zoom in, we can see its neighbors are Peru, to the northwest, Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, and Brazil. Its terrain covers Lake Titicaca and the Andes Mountains over on the west. We'll start the history with when the Spanish conquest began with the Incan Empire. This was in 1533, and when they conquered the area, they called it Charcas. The Spanish built a mint for their coins in Potosi, which is in the Andes Mountains at 4,000 meters above sea level. And this city became very prominent in the New World. You see Cerro Rico. There was discovered the largest silver lode in the New World. This became an imperial city and was the major silver supplier of Spain during the colonial era. This city had 150,000 plus people in it, and really it was just a hub for everything. They advanced the mint process while they were there. The people began to have some unrest in the late 1700s, and a revolution started officially in 1809. Now this was led by Simon Bolivar, and he also led Venezuela, Panama, Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador to independence from the Spanish Empire. Gaining independence in 1825, they decided to name the country Bolivia after Simon Bolivar. The monetary system consisted of soldos and scudos, 16 soldos to 1 scudo. You'll notice scudo is just short of escudo from the Spanish denominations. The soldos were in 1/4, 1/2, 1, 2, 4, and 8, and the scudos were in denominations of 1/2, 1, 2, 4, and 8. In 1863, the monetary system changed to centésimos and bolivianos. 100 centésimos equals 1 boliviano, and 10 bolivianos equal 1 bolivar. There was the 1 and 2 centésimo, and the 1/20th, 1/10th, 1/5, and 1 bolivianos. From 1865 to 1868, we have some interesting coins labeled melgarejos as the denomination. We have the 1/16th, the 1/4, and the 1/2, and the 1 melgarejo. Okay, I have to stop it here. The melgarejos were named after Mariano Melgarejo, and he was Bolivia's 18th president, but he was by far the worst. The man was, he loved to rebel. He blamed his obsession with alcohol for the reason of his behaviors. So he rebelled against the leaders of the day, and the leader at this time was Manuel Belzu, who eventually pardoned him for his treason. But 7 years later, he came with a general and dethroned Manuel Belzu, and then Melgarejo dethroned the general that he just helped get to power, and then later defeated Belzu, who pardoned him for treason, and also Melgarejo executed this man. So, yeah. He also lost a portion of Bolivia to Brazil because he traded it for a magnificent white horse. But my favorite story about this guy is it's not even about him terribly much, but there was a British ambassador in Bolivia, and there's a traditional drink called chicha, and it's kind of like a cloudy maize drink. Anyways, the ambassador declined and said he would like some cocoa instead. Well, Melgarejo was not terribly happy with that request. He was kind of offended, so he made the ambassador drink an entire bowl of liquid chocolate. And then he tied him up to a donkey backwards and paraded him 3 times around the city square and then shipped him back to London. Well, the ambassador told Queen Victoria what happened, and Queen Victoria was not amused, obviously. And she ordered the Royal Navy to bombard the capital, La Paz. Well, her military leaders informed her that La Paz was too far inland to shoot the cannons. So she just struck Bolivia from the map. After Melgarejo left power, Bolivia went to centavos and bolivianos. So 100 centavos equaling 1 boliviano. And this is from 1870 to 1963. The denominations were 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 centavos, and the 1, 5, 10 bolivianos. Now, during this time, the coins were not only minted in Potosi, Bolivia, but also in Paris, France, and Birmingham, United Kingdom, at the Heaton Mint. Now, they started doing this because political interest was waning in minting their coins locally, and it was cheaper. This is the section where I actually have one of my coins, so you'll stop seeing as many screenshots of coins from a different site. The coin I own is the 10 Bolivianos from 1951. On the obverse, we have Simon Bolivar, the Liberator, and it's made of bronze, and there were 40 million minted in Birmingham, England. Because of some severe inflation, the exchange rate was 1,000 Bolivianos for 1 Bolivian peso. So this was the time of 1965 to 1985, and so 100 centavos equaled 1 Bolivian peso, and the denominations were 5, 10, 20, 25, and 50 centavos, and 1 and 5 Bolivian pesos. I also own the 1 Bolivian peso here from 1968. On the obverse, we have the emblem of Bolivia, which has the sun, 2 mountains, the Cerro Rico, where the silver lode was found, and the Cerro Menor. There's also a chapel, a palm tree, and a llama. And 10 stars for the 10 departments that existed before the war with Chile. This is made out of nickel-plated steel, and 10 million were minted. If you can imagine, even more severe inflation came about, where 1 million Bolivian pesos equaled 1 Boliviano in the next time period of 1986 to 2000, well, to present, actually. It's now called the plurinational state of Bolivia. And 100 centavos equals 1 Boliviano. And we have the 2, 5, 10, 20, and 50 centavos, and the 1, 2, and 5 Bolivianos. And the mint here is in Santiago, Chile. And again, it's cheaper, probably because it's closer. Now it's time for Brad's Wheel of Coins to figure out what we are discussing next time. The spotlight country is Ceylon. All right, this has been Brad. We'll see you next time.